like WoW did, that you'd get like little mana potions and stuff. It kind of looks like one that I remember from like ages ago. Either way, whatever. The Marcy band from Nigma Galaxy, we saw Ari. He was very good at actually catching heroes over and over again with this hero, and instead of that, now he's going to get his Hoodwink that he's looked very good on.
Yeah.
They also picked Tusk into Puck, which is a bit surprising because sometimes it does get difficult to execute the snowball saves, the leash mechanic, and also the silence. You also don't care about Tusk rotations. You're never going to execute the snowball on Puck. It's just way too difficult and way too dangerous, especially if you want to put more people inside.
It is good once you get to the point, though, when you have Blink, right? Then
yes.
It's like this instant punch versus Puck. But yeah, I agree. The leash can be very, very annoying to play with. And okay, we'll see a CM. Very fragile hero, but a hero that's excellent with these three because they sometimes can have some mana issues.
It does reveal that we're most likely going to see Dawnbreaker again on the carry,
yep.
and we're only looking for the offlaner for Into the Breach. So Ziba gets his last pick. Yeah.
Could still Dawn carry, or could still Dawn offlane.
Okay,
and
sure,
then pick a last pick carry because I've seen
They're
Dawn and
super
Hoodwink
squishy.
lane.
Like they have 4 heroes that have very low HP. I wouldn't mind seeing something like a Dead Prophet paired up with Tusk on the offlane. If it's a Dawn carry, you still have sustain, like you don't die from the combo.
I'm surprised I went for Tusk over Clockwork, I gotta be honest. Clock looked really good versus Dawn. I've seen it so many times too, but it is more of a GH hero. It's more comfort.
Yeah, definitely feels a little bit more normal on the draft regardless on the side of Nigma Galaxy. He's sinking further and further down in this chair.
The other thing I'm thinking about is, like, I was mentioning the Dawn Hoodwink combo together. You have to be very careful with these two heroes because you cut the tree a lot. When you throw down Celestial Hammer and the Hoodwink stuns down, you have to be careful how you combo your stuns.
Oh, it can be offlane Tusk. I believe Mind Control played it one game because I have
That's true.
Memorized that he had like triple bracer and the magic wand, and he was like unkillable. They just couldn't go on him.
Yep, they did play it.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's also a good way to like deal with the Dawnbreaker if it's gonna be the carry Dawnbreaker, where they try to use the hammer, you snowball, you get the stun after you don't receive the damage.
Oof, Weaver Tusk. This is quite strong. Tag team plus the Geminate is really strong versus these squishier heroes.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I've been waiting to see more Weaver carry, actually. Even though, of course, it's gotten nerfed a couple times. It did get buffed in the last... And, you know, even this last patch was so long ago. It did get buffed, at least in the carry aspect for Geminate.
It's 5 damage.
I've seen it a couple.
5 damage, dude. People started literally...
yeah,
people literally do that in 5
damage.
Remember when people live on, like, 1 HP or stuff? Like, this is the difference maker. But yeah, I mean, people see crazy stuff in patch notes, so...
They do.
It's 5 damage, but it's also double. Because you hit twice, so it's actually 10 damage.
So you want this Weaver to be a carry Weaver?
I would just
you
imagine
want
it would
Miracle
be.
to play it?
Yeah, I would imagine it would be.
I thought there was an earthquake.
Yeah.
Someone hit the table.
Someone, because it was both Stamils
Yes.
and my controls my camera.
And there's a lot of different little catches. There's some decent bursts from Hoodwink to deal with the Weaver at the moment, though. But with that ban, it's definitely carry Weaver with the Bloodseeker ban. I'm sure he's even thankful that he's like, oh, Night Stalker ban too. Thank God. You know, now we don't have to worry about a Night Stalker either.
Night Stalker does seem like a really good last pick in a lot of these games, where especially when there's a hero like a Puck, even Wyvern, any of these heroes that like don't deal well with the silence, overwhelming damage coming out from the Night Stalker.
I mean, Void is still an answer to Weaver. Has always been when it's a carry Void. Carry Void versus carry Weaver. So I think it's something that they could still be looking at on Into the Breach. That could be why we see even the Night Stalker and the Sky bans, even though they see Zeus. So even though he just played it, it doesn't look out of question if they do want to throw that Dawn toward the offlane.
They could still shift priority
Brilliant team back.
if they see Faceless Void. Oh, never mind. They don't have it. They Into the Breach has last pick.
Yeah, I think they're banning it. Yeah, it's like you have to ban this
Good
Void
read.
just in case. Especially with the Beast ban, I think they were setting up for this Void pick. So now it's the other best carries that are left, really, versus Weaver.
You think carry Dawn is completely off the table then?
Yeah,
You don't like
I don't think they're gonna go for it.
Okay. All right, so one hero for Otaker.
5 seconds
Otaker?
remaining.
Otaker.
I call him O-Taker.
I've said both, me and Owen. Then we asked Milan, and Milan said O-Taker? I think he said O-Taker. Oh god, now I can't remember which one he said. Because, by the way, Milan, for people, I believe he had said, right?
Yeah, he
is.
has said. He has said.
He is coaching for Into the Breach.
Yeah, he is.
Oh man, what carry hero? Because now they have at least damage. They have tower damage as well, too, which they were
10
lacking.
seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
And I'm just curious what the roles is going to be again
Yeah.
from Nigma, because if it is offlane Tusk, the 5 Tiny and 4 Zeus, they're still looking for a mid if that's the case. And yeah, that is
One
gonna
of
be
the
it,
few
so.
games Batrider does not get banned.
That is very true.
Gets picked up there.
Who's going to be what?
I don't know, it will be indeed the carry Dawn, as you just said. With the DK on the off lane then.
Into the Breach has a
That's-
very well-rounded lineup.
Yeah. Nigma Galaxy, just like previous games, taking a long time to decide who's playing what, but they'll have the Zeus going into the mid lane.
Okay.
We got the carry Weaver in the off lane. Bah.
Okay. So, I mean, it can be a nice Zeus game. If he doesn't get caught by Puck, he is going to shred a Dawn and a DK throughout the fights. Like, long duration fights for Nigma look very strong, but if Into the Breach can actually take their fights and blow heroes up quickly with the initiation,
They have
They have
a
a
lot
pretty
of
good
burst
draft.
damage. Like,
Yeah.
always gonna have Dragon Knight plus Hoodwink, just a stun initiation into Hoodwink ulti, like the Puck follow-up. This lineup can be very explosive, but this Batrider last pick is gonna be paired up with Tusk, most likely, in the lane. So you have a stun, something that Batrider definitely needs. And yeah, even more slow, block.
they could aggro lane on Nigma and
They
force...
did try lane previously.
I think what they're going to do is try to put the bat in this matchup versus DK, force like an aggro lane so that they can play versus the Dawn, and that's a tough lane for Dawn if he's playing versus Weaver with tag
Tiny
team.
Tusk, Weaver,
The Tiny's a little awkward.
yes, but the other two work really well.
Yeah.
Having bugs on level 2 and also tag team, which is one of the best abilities in tri-lane, it's definitely doable for Nigma.
Doable for Nigma, but also doable for Into the Breach.
I think both drafts are pretty even.
Wow.
I think the Batrider can sometimes just destroy games in like the early game so hard that I give a little slight edge to Nigma Galaxy, but I do see Into the Breach having a pretty good burst lineup to deal with the Weaver if they can get away with it. If they can get the initiation, if they can do quick, fast fights, I see definitely a chance for them.
I like fights, and I know that our commentary team likes it as well, so let's head over to them. It's Odie Pixel and T-Gov.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game 3 now between Into the Breach and Nigma Galaxy. We just had a very action-packed game 2. Cannot wait to get stuck in here to this game 3. T, what do you make of the lineups this time round?
I like that both teams are fully subscribed to fighting this time. It isn't like the scaling team versus the skirmishing team. Both teams are going to be able to run into each other and really just demonstrate some of the best fighting that we've seen in this division, at least. Wow. But no, early on already, some posturing. Once again at the bounty room, we see it quite a lot.
All right. Just gonna get the bushwhack off. Good celestial hammer hit, but a defensive snowball will save Nigma Galaxy from a fair bit of that damage. It's not gonna save Miracle though. Miracle goes down. The first to fall there is Shibe, takes first blood. He'll try and walk away from the rest of Nigma Galaxy. He won't escape. 2 dead on both sides here. The skirmish will continue. There may be more kills to be had out of this. Kuro getting low. Another hammer from Oteka closes in upon him. He'll take down Kuroki.
They have another
Snowball's
swing.
back up. They're over towards Kadara, but a second orb from Supreme across the two of them, bringing mind control low. GH will run down Kadara. Kadara trying to kite him out, but GH has the movement speed to close in on him. Mind control gets taken down by Supreme. It's 3-4, and we're only zero seconds into the game.
We've seen more kills than in some games in like 10 minutes. Who comes out ahead? All right, into the breach, 300 gold advantage. All right. What a weird start to a game. I don't think I've seen a pure 5-on-5 like that for some time. That was nice and refreshing. Already a bottle on puck though, so quite a lead for Supreme, I think. If anything, very happy with that one. But no, yeah, going back to the drafts, I think for Into the Breach, the main thing that they need to do with their lineup is they need to secure DK a good game, because Puck and DK are both your initiators, and the rest of your damage comes in after that initiation. And if you aren't able to initiate cleanly, then you might struggle. So I'm really looking at Nigma being able to potentially shut down this DK early on.
And what do you make out of this top lane? Is Oteka going to have struggles farming up here, or is he going to have a decent time backed up by Kadara?
This could be a lane where CM and Dawnbreaker can feed on Nigma if they're out of position. But on the flip side, you could also just see Mind Control get level advantage, get a point in Flame Break, be able to kind of put some distance between himself and the Dawnbreaker. So I think the early couple of levels will really dictate which way that lane will go. But once again, you are seeing Kuroki laning with Mind Control, and yeah, already quite a lot of pressure happening both lanes.
Quick action there on the bottom. Very nice move. Miracle Shikuchiing in to get in range of the snowball so they can lead in and use that tag team to take down Jibe.
And I think it's just a nice shift. And remember when the salves got nerfed, everyone's like, oh, healers will get picked, we'll be sustaining. And it's like, no, instead the safe lanes are just getting way more aggressive now. I think in most of these games, at least in this series, it's always been the off lane that's been victim to the aggression of the safe lane. We're seeing some really nice combinations come out and just applying pressure from 0 minutes and onwards.
And on both teams, we've got sort of very elusive cores. Miracle on the Weaver for Nigma Galaxy, and then obviously on the side of Into the Breach, Supreme on the puck. Who's going to have the easiest times slipping around the team fights, do you think? Do you sort of see one of these getting caught more than the other?
I think it's going to be easier for Into the Breach for the puck to just pop off and have one of these incredible games. There isn't a lot of clean lockdown. You're relying on like an avalanche toss from a support Tiny, a punch from a Tusk or a Lasso. Outside of that, it's a free puck game, right? So I think Into the Breach are going to really be leaning on puck just to be an absolute nuisance. And on the flip side, I think this Weaver, sure, she's elusive, but one DK stun into a hoodwink like a sharpshooter, you're probably going to go down. You don't have the biggest HP pool.
Top lane, the toss back onto Kadara. A lot of napalm stacks causing the Firefly to certainly hurt. It's enough to take him down. Oteka's going to try and get mind control in return, but the stick charges are there. Now with the sticky napalm stacks on Oteka, he has to back away underneath the tower. At the same time, down bottom, Nigma Galaxy, they'll find the opportunity to close in on Ari with the snowball, and again with that tag team buff up, the two of them just, they rip through either of these heroes in this early game.
Yeah, that's going to be the main thing for Nigma. They need to, like I mentioned, if they shut down the DK, if they prevent this Blink Initiator, then Puck can play with so much more confidence. I think the only time Puck cares is when he gets hit by a Dragon Tail into then any follow-up. But yeah, Ari, just a little bit out of position there. Gets hit by the tag team, isn't able to get behind the tree and juke away.
Of course, just huge value with that tag team being really taken advantage of thanks to the Gemini attack from Miracle.
Yep. And of course, all the spell spam from a DK and a Hoodwink. You already have a wand on GH and Miracle, just keeping themselves healthy.
I see so far in the mid lane, things very, very even. 22-2 against the 21-1.
Yeah, this is always the interesting matchup because previously, Puck would always, demolish a Zeus, right? If you ever step out of position, you hit 6, you kill him off. But now, because you have this jump, Zeus can play with a bit more confidence, even if you get hit by the rotation to help kill off the Zeus.
A little bit of a slower start this time round for Into the Breaches 2.
Use all their resources to get the 5-on-5.
It's going to get bushwhacked here after the Dragon Tail. to be up in a second. Get out. Not enough damage to bring him down, though. GH, lucky to walk away there. The Fairy Fire popped.
Dicing with death a little bit. Yeah, just the value of one so early on really helping keeping him alive. What's the build on? Yeah, Sumo going for 302. Go for the farming build. He's about to hit level 6 in a I see. He placed the top ward on the top rune, then wrapped behind the tower, but crikey.
Snowball in on towards Oteka, but he has got the Starbreaker. Bushwhack set up there from Ari. They're ready to turn on top. As Oteka takes down Mind Control, and they'll certainly look to chase over towards GH. TPs are coming in. The Celestial Hammer connects, and one final swipe from Oteka secures him the double kill.
Already love the aggression coming out from both teams. All the cores looking to help each other out. You know, Jibe coming to the puck. You got Miracle going for the rune as well. So much early fighting happening.
The exact sort of explosive start we'd hope to see in this game 3 after we had that sort of epic of a game in game 2. 9-8 already, 7.5 minutes in.
What do we got from Dawnbreaker? Okay, just going for Echo Save.
Gonna see the trees cut down. They know that someone's here. They know it'll be Mind Control. They'll find him. He's gonna use the lasso to try and hold back Supreme's offensive capabilities for the moment. A backup's coming in. Not a chance for Mind Control as he'll die. Kadaro, he's still alive, finally falls. But the setup's been there for Supreme to get the 2-man coil off. Jibe and Oteka ready to bring the damage. GH buy some time in with the snowball over towards the creep. But they can follow this up with the Dragon Tail stun into the breach. They'll get both kills.
Yeah, beautiful stuff from them. They used that smoke. They cut behind the tower. They've realized, wait, guys, it's not broken. He's got to be a little bit deeper. They didn't even use scan to find it. It was just intuition, follow the tree line, and they then find Mind Control.
I mean, Kuro's still around here. See Supreme trying to scout him out. Looks like the vision of the orb didn't quite catch him.
Oh, there he is. Hello, Kuroki.
I mean, back up to
he needs to play behind the rest of his team pretty much this entire game. If he's the one getting initiated on, a lot of damage will be removed from Nigma's lineup. So you need to be mindful of that. And so far, Into the Breach, they've done a really good job at just finding these initiations. I think Supreme just On his puck, one of his better heroes, 5-1-3. He's having a really good series, especially that game 2. Witchblade soon complete.
In the jungle. And Kadaro's going to meet a swift death there to the combo of Kuroki, but Supreme
Is under attack.
going to see if we can do much about this. It's kind of hard, though, because Nigma Galaxy, they've got the numbers here. The 4 of them stepping into the Breach's jungle and starting to take over this area.
It's the farm that Miracle's sacrificing to help join his team, right? Do you want to hit a side lane? No, I want to be with my team. I want to poke the jungle. I can farm a couple camps, protect some of the wards. And Supreme, he doesn't really have the mana pool right now, and even the rune control to be able to continue fighting with his team. He's going to have to do a bit of a harder reset.
I mean, they're putting so much effort into just trying to walk towards Supreme and really keeping him on edge. He's having to play careful close to the tower, jumps back over. And do the Dream Coil back up.
Of course, Dream Core, one of the better spells against Nigma. They like to group up early, they like to take the fight, so you're often going to see these big 2-3 man plus coils. This goes against Nigma's playstyle. Often against this team, defense is one of the better options. And yeah, into Breach, they have that in bucket loads. Hoodwink, quite a nice turnaround style hero, Dawnbreaker puck. They have the correct heroes to be able to deal with the style. How far away is DK from Blink Dagger? Okay, he actually completed Treads, that's fair enough. And now 800 gold. That'll be kind of the big turning point, I think, where Into the Breach will start smoking up, crossing the river and making some more plays. Until then, it'll be very reactionary. Play close to your towers.
On bottom lane. And look at us start a bit of a fight here, Nigma Galaxy, but the TP's coming from Ari. Dragon Tail at the ready here off the back of the Dragon Form as they'll commit in onto Kuro. Sharpshooter will miss, but it won't matter. It's onto Kuro.
Sumo TP down as well. He has the haste. Not a lot of mana, though.
He's not going to have enough burst to kill Kadara either. Stick charges at the ready. Kadara can heal up and underneath the tower. Samel won't be able to get any kills out of this move.
A lot of resources used from Into the Breach just to kill off the position 5 Tiny. Miracle happily lapping up this space, taking away that tier 1 tower top.
Dire's top tower.
And you see from his quick buy, going for that mouse jump to secure some of his farm. Soon after, it'll be that BKB. Nigma, they can do Roshan pretty effectively in this game with Tusk plus the bugs of Weaver, a couple right clicks into the Breach. Need to be mindful, if they try and be aggressive, that Roshan will always be takeable. That was a word. That was a good word. Takeable. Oh my god. Get me out.
Dire's middle tower is under
Is that not a word?
Takeable?
Takeable.
Takeable? That sounds like I just made that up.
It sounds like a word.
tower is under attack.
Is it? Capable of being
taken. Yeah, takeable.
It actually
Oh,
just
that's gotta stay.
it didn't sound like a word in my head.
Believable.
Ah, man, I'm tired. I'm sorry. Forgive me, everyone. Don't laugh at me, please. Oh, and say something. I feel awkward.
That's all right.
Thank you.
Radiant's
It's not your
middle
first
tower
language.
is under
Or maybe.
I know,
Well,
it is. It is.
It is. It is.
It is.
I take her. And both cores continue to happily trade farm up top, knowing that neither's going to really threaten one another until a +1 gets added to the situation. And that is going to happen soon. Supreme's making his way up here. They want to try and look for Miracle. They've got the coil.
But no detection.
It's a little bit rough for them to get the kill. Silence. Not rough at all, actually. As soon as the Shikuchi comes to an end, silence into the damage of the Dawnbreaker makes the job very easy. Big kill there. They finally pushed Miracle out of that top spot. He's been getting a lot of space up there.
An aggressive tip. The first one we've seen in the series.
Ooh.
Puck tipping Miracle there. Of course, it does help that Dream Call lasts 6 seconds. Of course, Shikuchi doesn't. So it didn't actually need the detection, just time.
And now in the mid, instant stop to the ult there from Samel. Drops down the lightning bolt onto Kadaro. Means that Kuro's going to be able to walk out of this one. They'll try with the shard grab. Shards won't connect, but the snowball, it will. Underneath the tower, they go. GH with the punch up. Solar Guardian's coming in. And maybe see if they can get something out of this. Jump forward aggressively, Supreme. He's in with the burst of the Waning Rift. Will take out GH in return.
And we're just getting some glimpses into the future. The confidence Supreme's playing with right now, that's without the blink, without the Octarine, without all the additional items that this puck will eventually get, and already very elusive, already so hard to kill.
Yeah, absolutely. He had a great game too on the Invoker with how well he was able to control Samel. This time around playing the puck. And he, with this sort of start, he's going to have the potential of controlling the whole team with some good dream calls and some good moves. In the mid, a sharpshooter, bang on target this time round. Ari snipes down Kuro.
And this is where the pace of the game is going to increase. Kadara refilling Supreme's bottle. DK just picked up the Blink Dagger. so many cheap spells available and into the breach. I think they're just going to look to go. Collapse on this mid, take this tower. This is your moment to punish Nigma. There isn't a BKB on Batrider. Oh, God. Oh, no.
That's a lot of words.
That's a lot of words.
I don't know what a superlative is. Isn't that one of the things that helps you go to the toilet?
Yeah, I think Sunsfan talked about them quite a lot, yeah.
Well, Thunder God's Wrath to scout things out. Nothing going to happen with that one. I'll see if they go for some sort of smoke move around Jibei's Blink. Got that sort of setup. Kadaro in a bit of a scary position here.
He's very aggressive.
Yeah, good luck to him and goodbye.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Actually have the punch up there. Not only Kadaro losing his life, but losing his courier as well. GH able to take that down with a good Walrus punch. And back to this top lane.
Miracle.
The Miracle's going to continue to return to this area. They've got this vision down, so they know that he plays up here. Dust is going to be off the mark. Still a hard hero to catch, really. Their best sort of shot of getting that lead and being off the back of Jibei's Blink Dragon Tail, or of course Supreme being able to lay down the Dream Coil.
Honestly, I expected Into the Breach to be a little bit more aggressive with that Blink Dagger from DK, but I think they were respecting the need for Dawnbreaker ult so early on in the fight. Now it's back up. Solar Guardian is available. Shard is also online for this Dawnbreaker. I feel like this is a big window for Into the Breach to be aggressive. They have bucket loads of damage, especially with this CM and Hoodwink support duo. The amount of damage they can just throw in behind these tanky heroes. Still not really connecting yet on any of these big kills. Nigma able to eke out quite a lot of farm.
Oh, and in the mid, there's the quick jump. A very dead-looking Sumail there. As Into the Breach, they pounce immediately. And now with the swings over towards Kuro, they'll pick up a second.
Nice, and that's what they needed to do. They needed to connect on a big pickoff. And now finally, they can start looking at this mid tower. Look at the amount of vision that they've used in mid. They've got the top river ward, they've got the high ground ward below. Like, they are all inning on this moment. Take this mid tower, take over the map. And utilize these blinks. Like, if you're Supreme right now, Arcane, Witchblade, Blink, you are hungry to get in the face of Nigma.
He's crushing it once again so far here in this third game. He's already ready to make moves down bottom to see if he can chase out Mind Control. Mind Control should be fine. Dream Coil still on cooldown from Supreme. So it won't be more than just forcing him away. We'll see up top. Going to attempt to dive in onto Ari. But Ari able to jump himself backwards there under the tower, meaning that GH didn't quite have the catch that he needed.
Some quick fingers, honestly, from Ari. Using that sharpshooter, the additional kind of knockback from it to disconnect from the snowball stun. Just nice heads-up utilization of that spell. Now Dawnbreaker, for all this time, has been able to catch up on net worth. Shard, Echo Saber, going for the Deso, not going for the earlier BKB. I think he just understands that right now he's got so much in forms of initiation with DK Puck. Him entering the fight, the BKB from the Starbreaker, like, he's going to be so happy.
Yeah, he's super farmed here. Great game so far. 14 to 16, 17 minutes in, only 1k gold difference right now.
And again, the game will get harder, though, for this carry Dawn. When you think about the matchups against Weaver, let's say with a Skadi, a BKB, even like the Dragonlance, you get innately tankier. Sure. You can always disengage from that Starbreaker.
But if Supreme's good with the Dream Coils,
sure,
still going to be able to hold him in position for those physical swipes to really just punch him down. Jibei, ready to lead the charge off the back of a smoke. Same to be said for Nigma Galaxy. Both teams looking for a fight. Supreme, he's going to be in the jump first, and it's in a fantastic one. Solar Guardian to follow it up, immediately taking Sumail and Kuro out of the fight. They'll try with the lasso to get a kill onto Kidara. He's able to get the ult up for a little bit of time. He'll finally fall. Some damage already to be done as GH is low. Tumblr's toy his way up to the cliff, but the bushwhack is there. As he will live, they've still got the vision on him, so they'll be able to slowly peep him down here, Ari.
What a tip.
There we go. He'll get the job done. And around the back of it all, they were able to continue to chase out Mind Control. Supreme and Jibei, they'll get the kill on him as well. 4-1 there on the trade. As once more, Supreme, you've got to watch out for this man here. This game, the Dream Coils every single time. And, for someone like Sumail on a Zeus, they get that Dream Coil into the Solar Guardian. Sumail's dead every time to that play at this point of the game.
They're just perfectly finding him every time. And when you look at Zeus and how he's itemized, he's gone for the Kaya Sanj to be a little bit tankier. But every time he's caught by any stun, sure, you have status resistance, but you're going to die. All right, they're probably going to find a nice little pick here. Eventually. There we go. But yeah, just the speed in which Puck just instantly finds the Zeus, and everyone just collapses on. And at this point, it's just mode retreat from Nigma. You can't take this fight. You have to disengage. And Miracle, look, he's like, I can't really join. look how tanky these heroes are. Weaver, sure, very good at kiting up some of these bigger spells, but until you have a couple items or even an item advantage, you're not going to be able to chunk down for the innate tankiness of a DK and a Dawnbreaker.
Now, meanwhile, this Dawnbreaker, they're going to cut through you so quickly. The full deso done on Oteka. So when he comes in with that backup, jumps over with the Solar Guardian, whoever's caught in that coil is probably going to die pretty quickly.
GH Mind Control setting up bottom. They're looking to try and get something.
Lasso in 5 seconds. And look at that damage! Oh goodness! They've got the Warriors Punch in time, and the Lasso will be there. There isn't any backup, but they still have to be careful. Oteka's pretty tanky. Not tanky enough, though. They are able to kill him. But my goodness, do they have to be careful about how they go about doing
After they've been...
Now they're going in for more Nigma Galaxy, and they'll get it. Kadaro lying between the tier 1 and the tier 2 as Nigma Galaxy, when they start to get the momentum in these fights and these pickoffs, they have got a fantastic way to just continue running down heroes, chasing gap closing with the mobility they have.
This could potentially have been a Roshan after, but I think going from mid into Roshan is a little bit too obvious. And then with the Dawn, the DK, maybe they could have delayed it, but I wouldn't be surprised if Nigma do opt to try and do this.
Yeah, they've got the bugs, level 4, they're going to have that minus armor.
The fact that there's no... Okay, Solar Guardian is up. It's risky, but they have vision control, right? There isn't a Into the Breach ward around here. I feel like if you're Into the Breach, you should be aware this has happened. You just looked at the tower.
In 5 seconds.
They have all their spells.
I mean, it's not super quick enough. You can see it. Nigma Galaxy, they're not happy with the speed that they're taking it down. They know they've got to look for a bigger fight than that before they go for a Roche attempt. So smoke up from both sides. As in the middle, Ari is going to be able to be the one at the front of it all. Immediate BKB from Mind Control as he goes in onto Kadaro. Big damage over towards Miracle, as Miracle has to use the time lapse to get himself back up to full HP after that ult from the Crystal Maiden. So
the BKB discipline from Miracle there. He's caught by the root inside the CMO. Easily could have had some full-up damage, but with the Zeus ult on top, quickly understands the positioning, doesn't need to use it. Yeah, I think if you're Nigma, could have potentially been 3 big picks into Roshan 30 seconds earlier. Probably would have got it, but because they went for the tier 1, they delayed it a little bit. It gave a bit more breathing room for Into the Breach to then contest it. And of course, throughout the entire game, you always have to respect Solar Guardian. Even if it was just DK alive and the Dawnbreaker, they probably could have 2v5'd if they really wanted to at that pit. Into the Breach now smoked up.
I mean, again, making these moves when they know that Mind Control's BKBs to be on cooldown. Miracle will scout things out. Supreme, he's already been able to get the grab on Mind Control. Finds him straight away. And now I see that attempt for Nigma Galaxy to try and fight back into this. They're going to look towards Ari. Ari shoots himself to the side with a sharpshooter, trying to run. But the lightning of Zeus will catch him. Supreme in on top of Stamel, able to get out the Solar Guardian. Actually ends up leaping back into the range of Oteka. Oteka takes him out. Miracle trying to run. He's already used the time lapse. He's got no way to live. As Into the Breach, they'll take out 3. They'll potentially get more here. Supreme, he's ready to keep on chasing. Jumps in towards Kuro. Into the Breach, they'll take out the 4 of them.
They're just perfectly punishing these BKB
and now
timings.
they can look for Roshan themselves. They've got a Desto on the Dawnbreaker.
This is going to fall ever so quickly. Yeah, just Nigma unable to kind of get the game set up in their own right. They need to play around their own timings, and yeah, perfectly. Supreme leading from the front, punishing Mind Control. GH was so close to maybe getting a snowball save, but at this point, look at this. Miracle with the BKB, missing, then finally kills the Hoodwink, and at this point, poor old Sumo, even if he jumped to the north, he probably still would have gone down. This Zeus, he can't fight in these open terrains. You need to ideally play around high ground, low ground, next to towers, but into the breach, not allowing Nigma to set up in a perfect position to allow the Zeus to free cast. He's been picked off nearly, what was it, 3-4 fights in a row now? Supreme really has Sumail's number right now in the game.
Oh, Taker taking the Aegis, and BKB soon to be online. Continuing to hit those timings, and indeed we saw the smiles on Supreme. He's having a great game. They do have Kuro getting the jump on him. Burst as well, not quite enough to kill him. Supreme is...
They got him, they
get him. That's a big kill. Not able to jump out to the orb in time. See if they can get more, though, because Into the Breach are turning up. They're looking for the trade. Sumail will be able to pick up a second. This time around, Sumail able to play from the positioning that he's been looking for and get the damage out. As Nigma Galaxy, they'll strike back with 3 kills. And the big one there, finally ending, you know, sort of what's been quite a streak there for Supreme.
Did Dawn have ult that entire time? I only saw after the puck died, I saw the ult was available, but potentially the Batrider was on the Dawnbreaker in bot lane applying pressure to prevent that ult, but still. A rare moment where Puck's able to get picked off, and that was not the cleanest of ways to kill him, right? You're relying on the Tiny, the Tusk, and then a bolt. It was very close. Maybe if Solar Guardian was available, could have saved the Puck and turned that around. But nice to see Nigma being able to, you know, at least punch back.
Got the setup in the mid. GH. Maybe the one to catch the sharpshooter shot. He is.
Yeah, unfortunately, he thought he needed to help out, but in doing so, teammate already survived, so... Sometimes it happens on the old Tusk. You go in, but your boy's already out. And Sumail still waiting to pick up a big item here. Probably, yeah. Picks up the axe. I think he's going to play even further back in the team fights. He needs some. Incredibly well.
Yeah, ridiculously close here. 27 to 29. Less than 1,000 gold difference between the teams right now, 27 minutes in. We had a fantastic, you know, fantastically close game 2. And game 3 looks to follow that pattern. See back and forth here, crossing the line.
That's the best graph. That's the exact graph you want to see in every competitive game. None of these one-sided ones.
What? They found Supreme in the river.
Oh.
Same time though, the rest of Into the Breach will find Sumail. Both mids taken down. See which team's going to be stronger as the fight persists here with either side's mid gone. And Shibate, the Dragon Tail over towards GH. He'll buy some safety here with the Snowball. No, Taker still sticking around. He's happy to fight. He's got the Aegis, of course, over to the side. Kadaro letting it go here with the ultimate. Miracle tries to push on forward to take him out, but he's taking a lot of damage for his efforts. Finally, Kadaro falls to the Miracle going in with the Shikuchi. Has to commit him with the BKB to take out the Crystal Maiden. And that means that the rest of his team's probably not going to get much help from him at all. The Taker chases out Kuro. Once again, Into the Breach, pushing their lead a little further ahead, getting the favorable trade in these fights.
It's just a battle of which mid can die first. Can Nigma all in on killing the Puck? Does Zeus get picked off?
What?
Oh, what a bash!
There's the bash. And there's the sharp shot.
Damn, look at that. Oh, again, another aggressive tip. Into the Breach slowly getting more confident as each game progresses. Supreme tip Miracle, now Kadaro tipping Miracle. Yeah, they're feeling it. They're confident. Lucky bash, though.
You know, coming into this series, especially the way that they've been able to pick themselves up after the game 1, right?
Yeah.
Game 1, a complete stomp by Nigma Galaxy. It was messy.
But I think
Into the Breach, you know, game 2, holding their own, 60 minutes in, getting that post 60-minute victory, and now coming into this decisive Game 3 to battle for the top spot in Division 2, and looking fantastic so far. 33-29, they hold the lead right now. Otaka, he's popping off on the carry Dawn.
I think the key thing here is it's showing that Into the Breach are a team that they have played enough together and built the chemistry that even when they lose, they're able to recover, right? That's the main thing. Like, a lot of these teams, sure, they can go undefeated in Division 2. They can do really well. But if they don't have that resilience and just the bond as a team, they're not going to be able to make it in the harder games. So it really is testament to Into the Breach for sure.
Now DD Rune is as well ready for the next fight for Supreme.
Kasuma, he's got the Essence Ring. He wants to get a BKB. Like, the one fight he survives, it could be the turning point for Nigma. But for now, until that point, they need to play either under vision or super defensively.
Radiant are scanning.
Miracle got a Lincoln's, but there's a Fey Grenade on DK, so your item is literally deleted from the game. I do apologize that neutral items exist.
See what kind of jump Kuroki and Mind Control can find. Into the Breach, seeming to be set up quite prepared for this move. They are grouped up together. They know that Nigma Galaxy is to be looking for this play with them off the map.
Nigma just dewarding all the wards on their side of the map. They found 2 for 2.
Jibei is trying to bait out some sort of reaction. He'll get it. On time with the Dragon Tail stun. Bushwhack to follow up into the Solar Guardian. GH not standing a chance.
I think that's a big win though if you're Nigma. Look, the instant smoke, you have buyback on Tusk, they just use Solar Guardian and DK BKB. If they're able to find some entry into a fight, they do have the BKB advantage.
Certainly does look like Nigma Galaxy are indeed still looking for a fight out of this.
Dawnbreaker, of course, level 25, 2 Starbreakers now. They're still incredibly strong, even if you don't have the Solar Guardian.
And they are going to start backing off a little bit. Supreme TP's over towards the mid. They know that Nigma Galaxy will indeed look for a fight, despite not having GH right now.
They're kind of hunting. They still have outpost control, so that's why they're posturing in this area. But I love the positioning from Jibei. He's underneath his own ward, playing next to the tree line, sorry.
Radiant's
Blink
middle
available
tower
if
is under attack.
he sees a 4 or 5 man smoke break. Yeah, heads up stuff from Into the Breach. Respecting the fact that Nigma naturally pressures in these scenarios. And of course, Solar Guardian up in 25 seconds. Otaka then goes back to the top lane, ready to TP back in if needed.
Closer to some big items as well into the Breach. Jibei nearly having the Aghanims. We'll see Octarine soon out for Supreme. Over on the side of Nigma Galaxy. Let's see what's coming up next. The BKB Sumail's trying for still quite a while away. And meanwhile, Miracle just trying to get that DPS up as much as he can. Looking to level up that Crystal that's next to the Daedalus.
Just trying to get some raw damage. Again, I think it's less about the items right now, but how they take the fights. Nigma, they need to try and take a fight where it's a bit more drawn out. They have to play around and utilize their heroes.
Oh, they're going to get the jump on Miracle. He is going to be saved by the Snowball. Otaka's in with the Solar Guardian. GH dying at the start of the fight. Miracle has to get out with the BKB. There'll be a buyout from GH to get back in on this. Otaka's been dragged onto the high ground, but he's ready to swing himself back down with the hammer and break himself off the cliff. As that's going to be the 2 supports from Nigma Galaxy.
The big coil.
Supreme. He's caught the 2 cores. Jibei ready to look for the follow. The Bushwhack won't quite catch on a Miracle as the time-lapse is there to dodge it. Kuro jumps over with the combo onto Supreme. Ari gets left behind. Supreme's able to jump away. But Nigma Galaxy able to hit back hard there. Taking Jibei out for 75.
It looked like a massive core, locking down the 2 big cores, but there just wasn't the follow-up. Into the Breach had already used all their resources in the earlier fight, and that's the fight Nigma needed. A little bit more drawn out, utilize the buyback, play in an area where you have tier 2s and outpost control so they can instantly TP back in. Into Breach, they're incredibly tanky. If you try and throw all your damage out in one instance, they often will come out ahead, but as soon as you add mini fights after that, that's when Nigma can really excel.
There we go with this move now.
And this is the Aegis that Nigma really need. You put that on your Weaver, he can play with so much more confidence.
I mean, they could look to try for a steal here.
I feel like
it's hard.
I feel like you can, though.
Coil.
Give it a jolly good go.
Let's see what they can do. I'm going to see it's pretty low. The Supreme want to try for this. He's going to try it.
He got it!
He's able to grab it. He's able to grab it. He'll go down. See if they can have any sort of instant catch here to stop him from being able to get out of this one. They do punch-ups there. They will take him down. So Supreme will lose his life soon after grabbing the Aegis. The shard still went the way of Miracle.
They might get more. Kadara as well.
And now, whilst he may have denied the ability for Nigma Galaxy to get that Aegis, he is now in a spot where he is out of the game for 70 seconds, no buyback. So it may still be room for Nigma Galaxy to push in here.
A very good snipe. He didn't get the kill, so the economy going the way of Nigma. They take away the Aegis. The key thing is, can Nigma find any pickoffs whilst Puck is dead for 55, no buyback. He completed the Octarine, so it's an economic reason why he can't afford buyback, not because of cooldown. And already as we come back from the highlight, Nigma just looking for the fight. They're trying to find a window.
They're going to find Ari. The shot, but they're still going to try and chase him down. They've got the lasso. They'll drag him back. Jibe's trying to damage his dono. Taker's out.
Are they going to dive tier 3?
I think they might be tempted. Jibe, the last one left alive. Kuro's in with the jump. He's got the toss back over towards Miracle. It's a triple kill for Miracle on the Weaver as everybody dead on into the breach.
The tier 1's still alive in that lane, but they're diving the tier 3s. Yeah, just...
But, I mean, it just goes to show, you know, sometimes the flashy move snatching the Aegis, it can be a situation where Supreme was out of the game. Nigma Galaxy, they made the most out of that.
Kadara, you cheeky devil, going for a solo kill.
Oh, I think he's... Oh, Nimbus.
Boo.
It's there, but Supreme will still make sure they get the job done. He's back in action and straight back to getting the kills.
What a killjoy, honestly. That was going to be a sweet old play from the CM.
Let's see if Supreme can get more from this. He's ready to start toying around with him, but Miracle's there at the side. Avalanche is going to catch him as Supreme straight out of the game as pretty much as soon as he was back into it. The tip's starting to get thrown out his way now.
I mean, he's been tipping them the entire series, so why not?
It. And Kadaro, they found him as well. GH in with a punch. Things starting to crumble a little bit for Into the Breach. After they've been able to hold themselves quite nicely against Nigma Galaxy for the first 30 minutes of this game, but now down 5k, starting to lose their tier 2s. And Nigma Galaxy in a position where they could pressure the high ground. There's 4 heroes dead, and Supreme, he's out for a solid minute.
Still don't have buyback because of the Octarine. From a clutch, you know, sniping to then key pickups from Nigma, just having the smokes available to keep the map getting broken down. Yeah, Nigma. Just taking one pickoff into an Aegis into more. It's... You give them an edge, they're going to take a mile. Inch. Yeah, good phrase.
So for the tier 3, they will respect the fact that everybody else is going to be up on Into the Breach. And Nigma Galaxy, they'll be very confident.
Back out on the map, need to recover the vision. If you look at the mini-map, 3 aggressive wards from Nigma. They've still got 1 in their own jungle. Like, the entire map is pretty much their territory now. And they did such a good job at Into the Breach from just getting the game at a stable state where every time they found a coil, they'd get kills. But again, you throw that away that one time, it just gets so incredibly difficult.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Here's the push from Nigma Galaxy. Ready for the final tier 2 tower. Timeless Relic ready to come out here for Sumail. He'll be very happy with that find. Level 25 as well.
And look how the game changed. His team's been able to frontline a bit better. Raw damage.
Yeah, it's got that Octarine complete and very close to having the money for a full refresher.
Yeah, luckily for the supports of Into the Breach, they do both have Glimmer Capes at least, so some innate magic resistance from the spells at least, but raw damage, DK, Dawnbreaker. Without BKBs, the percentage damage of Zeus really gonna eat through them and open up the fight for both Weaver and Batrider to have the vision to execute. That's a dead illusion. A very dead illusion.
Galaxy want to do something with a few of those ults expended for that. And the Dragon Form being the biggest one. It's going to be put down.
It's difficult though for Nigma.
We think the high ground pushes
these pickoffs fighting, and as soon as you're high ground, especially into a DK with a Fey Grenade, Pop Link and Stun, to the Puck, the Core, the Sharpshooter of Hoodwink, there's so many ways into the breach can reliably set up the perfect fight from there.
Charge into the jungle of Into the Breach. Jibei's got to be prepared. His BKB's on cooldown, 60 seconds.
They go up, he goes down.
Oh, he's heading back up though. They'll spot him. See him able to get out here. Oh, no, maybe down under the Nimbus. Supreme and Jibei out of the game. No buy on the money.
And this is why you don't start tipping in Dota. Unless you're going to win the game, the tips are always going to come back to you.
Dire's
You show on the map now, you're just going to die. You know the reason for that one?
Oh, he just died, didn't he?
I mean, sure. Oh, Miracle too. Ooh.
I mean, that one, mate.
Oh, no, because obviously Ari also did the tipping
was
as well.
Ari
Yeah, I forgot.
Oh, there
It was
you go.
Supreme and Ari. They were the ones who were getting a bit like, oh, boys, we're doing it. We might beat Nigma. Fair play. Now, this has been a really...
Into the breach. Not able to get back in to defend this. They'll lose the mid set of racks. Oh, he's bringing out the big gun.
In his
Gotta wait
fountain.
for his... they got to let the racks go.
Gonna wait for...
Just look live.
Dire's top
They might just lose Mega Creeps.
These two are trying to head out, but this is risky. If you're trying to do this when you don't have the full squad up, that might not be the way that you want to reveal the rapier. I think they're going to want to wait. But it does indeed mean they'll, as we see, at least lose the 2 set of racks, maybe even the 3rd set.
Ideally, you need your Puck alive to have the best impact on this.
It's the buyback. Otaker's got to wait. He doesn't want to reveal. Kuro's jumping in. I mean, Otaker might
Going
force
in.
the fight. He's going to go in straight away, but he's jumped GH, and GH has a Neon Disc. GH is going to be fine. Otaker will swing over towards the side. Starbreaker's there again, but
The snowball dodge.
snowball is protecting them from that initial physical burst. They'll back off now. Nigma Galaxy, they'll know that rapier's in play. See them get the catch up with the Frostbite. Over towards Kuroki. The Mega Creeps are out. Samel on the backline is able to leap away to safety. Supreme's trying to continue to stay on top of him, but Samel's juking them out of the trees. Thundergod's Rash there. It's 3 dead. It's only Otaker and Supreme left alive here. The rest of Into the Breach with no buybacks available. And Supreme, he's just trying to tease them away from the base. Buys some time. The Solar Guardian's coming in. And we'll slam down. Here's the Starbreaker. Is it going to be enough to get kills? It is. He'll take out the 2 of them, but the buybacks are there. And it's Otaker against the world right now. He'll try and take out the creeps before the boost and travel TP's done, but the fortification's there. They'll get themselves over everybody out of the game for good here on Into the Breach. Nigma Galaxy, they'll get the victory. GG is called. As ladies and gentlemen, Nigma Galaxy will indeed end up at the top of Division 2. Into the Breach, they gave it their best shot.
Yeah.
Game 2, able to get that one rare win against Nigma Galaxy, something that nobody else has been able to do in this division. But Game 3, whilst they did have an excellent sort of first half of the game holding their own against Nigma Galaxy, they did start to crumble against the pressure in those last few moments, as we saw pretty much went downhill for them too.
Yeah, unfortunately for Into the Breach, they played such a banging 20-25 minutes in this game. But yeah, like you just mentioned, you go for the snipe, you then die, and then you still play on the map. It allows Nigma to still have smokes available, find pickups, sweep across the map, and they, from one Aegis, they just win the game pretty much. So fair play to Nigma, an incredible series. But I just want to give a lot of credit to